Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by English Mountain Spring Water. It's what we drink here on the set. This centuries-old, pristine water source in Dandridge has supplied the best-tasting water in the world since the days that Native Americans first marked it as a source. How do you get it? Well, you visit their website or you give them a call, and they deliver the water to your home or office. So if you've got a business and you've got the water coolers, or you need bottles or giant gallons, if you do it at home, like I do, I get these bottles that we have on desk. Let's go ahead and go to the wide shot here. I have these style bottles. Well, here you go. Delivered to my home. And it's great. It's a terrific service. English Mountain Spring Water, they do great work, and their service is terrific, second to none. Give them a call. John Burleson and crew do a great job. English Mountain Spring Water. All right. Ryan, you posted this at GoVols 24/7 back around New Year's. I've saved it until now. Let's go ahead and put it up. I just want a quick reaction. Here are the top 20 Tennessee signees from 2010 to 2019. Ranked from 1 to 20 there. It shows the name, how many stars they had in the 24/7 rankings, and then the class they were a part of. The biggest signing, go ahead.
I was going to say, just to clarify, this is strictly numbers based, has nothing to do with how they did in college. It's based on the 24/7 Sports composite ratings and nothing else.
Yeah. So and Khalil McKenzie was the top signee.
As you'll see quickly.
Doesn't that kind of say it all right there? I mean, yes, it's important, and it's the compass thing. It'll point you in the direction in terms of overall players, but it ain't a GPS, because Khalil McKenzie was not the best player at Tennessee over the last decade. Darnell Wright signed last year. Dayrick Rogers, number 3. Go through just the names that pop out to you. I had completely forgotten one of these guys on here. I had forgotten DeAnthony Arnett even existed. I mean, so you've got more busts, or you've probably got more guys who just were guys.
Yep.
And then you got busts. You don't have a lot of guys who actually showed up and were stars. Some of the Kamara was ranked 12th, interestingly enough, and then you look at what he's done. But your thoughts on some of these guys? Anybody stand out?
I think one of the things that stands out to me, you look at the Kyle Phillips, Shai Tuttle, obviously Kamara, but I think those two guys, we saw them recently, and the way that they had careers, most of them under the Butch Jones regime, I suppose, modest careers, and then they're NFL starters as rookies, despite going undrafted. I think that's an indictment of the previous staff.
I will argue only on those two.
Yeah,
right,
well, those are two interesting examples.
Tuttle and Phillips also dealt with injuries.
Sure.
Which, now you can say that was due to the fact they didn't have a strength coordinator. But, they did have a lot of injuries for 2 straight years. But Tuttle and Phillips were guys who, when they put it together, when they were healthy, they looked good. But they weren't often healthy. But I think your overall point on that era is absolutely correct.
Some guys on here who didn't really get much of a look in the NFL. Corey Miller, not much of a pro career there. You had some guys who got chances in the NFL and didn't live up to the hype. You mentioned DeAnthony Arnett. He didn't really live up to the hype. So yeah, definitely some guys that go a long way. Yeah, Drew Richmond, not looking like he'll be a draft pick right now. So yeah, it goes a long way toward explaining why Tennessee was in the situation they were in the past decade.
Yeah, I mean, when we look at Drew Richmond, I didn't see his name on the combine list yesterday. So you wonder if he's going to get much of a shot in the NFL.
I think, as David mentioned, the Butch Jones connection is what pops out the most out of that group, because whether it's players that weren't utilized to their max like Kamara and other guys, or guys that left the program like a Preston Williams and others, or guys that just weren't developed, and that's where it all comes back to, I think, for a lot of the fans.
Very good. Okay, guys, we got to catch a break. When we come back, the final word is next, and we have a ton of Tennessee topics to run through: football notes, combine, injuries, you name it. Come on back on the Sports Source.